Alright, gamers. What's up? How you doing? Hope it's going good. I'm back, and I'm ready to do some more Royal Titans. Just gotta hit up the good old Yub Tubs real quick. Sorry, not the Yub Tubs. The, the Discord. Sorry, I couldn't think there for a second. Okay. Good stuff. Let's get going. Let me clean my glasses off real quick. Yo, Tucker, what's up? How you doing, gamer? We were doing some crab today. You know, as you do. Ready to do some more Royal Titans? Dolo Royal Titans? We were doing some Dolo Royal Titans yesterday? On the Treadie? It was sick. Going right back today. Can I translate the page? Bro, my chat is wrong. We raided someone last night, and now my chat is wrong. You missed that? No worries, dude. We are going right back today. One second, let me make sure my chat's working now. Yarp, and then YouTube. Bro, the YouTube one sucks. One second. Tired of not getting the Quetzal blueprint upgrade at 70 rumors. Rip, dude. Okay, one second. Sorry, I need to fix the chat real quick. I guess we can be going over to Edgeville though, or the monastery where we're doing this. Okay, there we go. Should be good now. Alrighty. Okay, we should be good now. Test. Yeah, the Twitch one works, I think, right? Twitch works? Yeah, Twitch works fine. The YouTube chat is the one that's not working. Which is unfortunate. Enter video ID? Doesn't seem like we'd be able to find any YouTube chat. Your YouTube live must be live and public. Is it public? Did I set it to public? Privacy unlisted. Ah, that's why. Public. Done, save. Yeah, I set it to unlisted. I need to change it after I stream to unlisted. That's the problem. So now let's reload. Auto activate YubTubs. There we go. Okay, we're good now. We are Gucci gang. Okay. Live test. Shifty, what up? That was quick. You were on it. Did it go? Live test? Yep. Thanks, Shifty. The swap from Twitch to YouTube was quick. Okay, so I have a plan, but I'm not sure how much weight I'll need to be carrying. 4 kilos, it looks like, but that will go down by 3, I think. Okay. So for now, let's go house. So each one of my little weights for the weight vest is 4.16 pounds to kilos. To kilos is 1.8. Okay, so each of my bags is essentially 2 kilos. Close. So I'll see how that goes. If we store everything, what do we end up at? Taquitos? Taquitos? We end up at 1 kilo. 1 kilo. Like the 7-Eleven snack? Bro, not gonna lie, those things kind of go hard. Okay, so because of that, I'm gonna need to stop the treadmill for just a second. One thing that I thought about, this used to be your go-to before soccer practice. Ooh, so good. One thing I thought about yesterday was I want to add another box like this, apart from total miles, that says like Royal Titan miles, right? And I can enter in my current activity, and then it will count the miles for that current activity. I'm gonna add that post stream tonight so that we can have a counter per task that we do. That being said, I will be right back. I have a plan for how I can carry some weight a little better. Alright, gamers, I am back with the new tech. Just do it per stream counter. Slurpees and hot dogs with cheese dispenser after practice was my favorite. But that would go so hard post stream, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, new tech for carrying weight. One per client session, I guess. I think I'm just gonna make one that I can reset. Because that way I can do it per task. I don't know that I want to do it per session. I could add another one that's per session though, I guess. But okay, sorry, 1 second. Last little touch-ups on this new tech. Okay. Y'all ready? Well, I probably need to put it on first. And then I'll put the headphones on. I got myself a fanny pack. This baby has 8 kilos in it right now. Thank you. My wife was so generous as to let me borrow it. It's hers, but I'm gonna borrow it, test it out, and if it goes good tonight, I'm gonna buy my own. Hopefully it tightens up enough. That's a shoulder workout. We'll see how it goes. Hoping it will be pretty good. If you go to Europe, people can't pickpocket you. Yep. We bought a backpack. We went to Europe once and we bought a backpack that was like it had a steel mesh built into it so that people couldn't like slash it, and you could lock the zippers. It was really sick. 10 out of 10. Great backpack. Would recommend again. Okay, I just need to like take it off to tighten this. Okay. Where's that Raid backpack sponsor? Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, that's not gonna work. I need to tighten it back. I tighten it a little bit more. What's the Raid backpack? I don't even remember that. We could post our G Fuel. We could like sew a little G Fuel patch onto the fanny pack, you know? Or Raid Shadow Legends one. Yo, Jamie! What's up? How was Raid's last Tuesday? Bro. I don't believe that they play. Raid was fun. We taught Stickman how to do raids. Okay, this is sick. This is gonna work, I think. Okay, so we can start the treadmill now. We've got a way of doing Royal Titans with weight. That works until it breaks my jaw. We'll see. It'd have to bounce like pretty high to hit my jaw. This is sick. Sick nasty. Okay, where are we going? We're going to Artie. Can't lie. Right? Is that the closest to a bank? You and Tucker duoing? Nope. Even better. Even better. I am going to dolo this. Trying to figure out what the best spot for this is. So I've got my second account open and I'm ready to go. So 2 accounts, Royal Titans on a treadmill carrying weight. Let's go. Oh, duh, what am I doing? Let's see how many. That should be what I want. I'm 2 doses off. No, more than 2 doses. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bro, this is the one thing about Ultimates that is kind of not my favorite. Okay, we're at 2 kilos. We got... Go to GE, decant. Yeah, I can decant at GE, but the problem is there. I don't know if I'll end up with weird spots, but I probably should. I think you're right. Okay, let's go get chotatoes. I could decant to 4. We'll do that next time. We'll decant to 4 and then... Sounded like I sipped a pot. Maybe I did on accident. No, you combine. That sound plays when I manually decant. What? Have you never manually decanted your potions? Okay. Remember to drink up, gamers. Since we heard that pot sound, we gotta take a little sippy ourselves. It took me a while before I learned about the decant, so I would manually decant. So my left click on all of the potions for every dose is use. Because for probably the first year of my account, I didn't know I could go to the GE and decant potions. When I learned, I was like... Okay, I can spare 2 kilos for chotatoes, which is like 3. We'll see what we end up with. But maybe we ditch the Nezi helm. 7 kilos. Nezi helm might not be worth it. Okay, we can take 5 chotatoes in. So we're Gucci gang. That's a low number of prayer pots. Yeah, but I'll probably have to reset for potatoes anyway. There's a little bit of chip damage at the end. Even if you pray perfectly, there's a slight bit of chip damage if I can't kill the bosses at the same time. And because I want all of the damage on this account, we're going to take damage. So, okay, let's get going to... Let's get going to Royal Titans. And this is where we can switch over. One second, I need to do compact orbs. There we go. Now our health is visible up here. I didn't have that visible just barely. Okay. His blind fire cape. Yeah, Mad Season is sick. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff for a long time because I don't have time, dude. Unfortunately, all my time goes to stream. Yesterday I cleaned up. I took a little touch up on the stream. I think it looks pretty good now. The camera looks sweet. This camera surround. So okay, let's see how this goes. I'm going to start the Dolo part of the stream. If your camera doesn't show your sweat, get a new one. Fair. I want to smell the salt. Bro, it will seep through the camera. Yeah, I don't know if this fanny pack will work. I need a new solution. Or maybe wait, actually, maybe I have one. Cuz it's just like hitting my neck. Okay, there we go. Maybe that helps. I need like it needs a ever think of combining OnlyFans with this? Bro, my gamer boy sweaty socks. But yeah, it needs a pad right here on my neck. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Get a washcloth for the padding. Yeah, I got me one right here. Ready. Okay, so I thought a lot about the setup for this account. I've tweaked it since yesterday. Actually, I think one second. I think it's slightly different than I was thinking. Yes, it is, but I remember why I swapped it now. Okay, so actually, wait, hold up. I could just be right back. I will be right back. But I thought a lot about this setup today. So how it works for elementals. The elementals are really what this is all based around. I want 100% accuracy on the elementals. That means I need at least, yeah, I got that scepter, baby. So I need at least 70 magic accuracy to have 100%, sorry, 70 magic bonus to have 100% accuracy on the elementals. Everything else goes to prayer bonus. So without reducing my magic bonus, right? So I grabbed the unholy symbol because it gives me a bonus to magic and prayer bonus. Same with the monk robes. Doesn't give me a negative bonus to magic. Gives me a positive bonus to prayer. So I'll have to worry about this account a lot less. I don't want to have to worry about this account. Same with the Nezi face guard. Don't want to have to worry about the account. Maximizing prayer. This lets me sip prayer maybe like once, twice every time we kill the Titans, which is sweet. The Lightbearer is just so we can drain the stats. We bought a Dragon Warhammer because we want to maximize the damage and accuracy of our run-locked account. The more damage you deal during Royal Titans to a boss, the higher percentage chance you have at getting the uniques. It does have the percentage or the participation points just like the newer duo bosses and raids and such. So I want to maximize the damage I can do on IRL Runlocked and minimize the damage I'm doing here. This account's main focus is delete elementals, delete walls, and Dragon Warhammer spec. That's it. So when I run in, I'm going to Dragon Warhammer spec, then switch to my Scepter. And then we will just be auto casting or manually casting spells on elementals. Okay. Let's see how this kill goes with weight on my chest. For this one, I kind of did the same thing. I want to maximize prayer bonus without affecting weight too much. I did think about mixed hide, but it's kind of heavy. It's a lot heavier than monk robes, so I'd have to carry a lot more weight. And there's a trade-off. Do I want to have to run with weight on my chest, a lot of weight on my chest, or do I want to kind of chill and just take what I can get with low weight equipment? And that is definitely what we're optimized for. Low weight equipment. The one thing I want to add to this setup is a Dragon Defender. But we'll see how that goes. I feel like I need more cash for the armor. I guess I could do adamant armor for the tokens. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So let's start running and start. Yeah, I need more GP. Oh, should have joined first. Okay, maybe this is like not the best setup. Bro, the weight threw me off really hard. Okay, we're good. Okay, weight turned around to the back is much better. Is it ideal? No, I think we actually do toss the Nezi helm in favor of running with 0 kilos. If I could tighten it just a little bit more, it would be great. Dragon Warhammer spec? Perfect. I forgot to switch back to the Scepter. It's fine, but I do want to switch it now. Unsupportive for sure. Okay, I should start flicking Piety now. So the other thing about this setup is I just loosened it on accident. The weight is not it, boys. At least not with the fanny pack. I need to figure out a new way of doing this. Gotta carry it in one hand, I guess. Okay, we're gonna Dragon Warhammer spec again. Switch back to the Scepter. Yeah, so I need to figure out a better way either to carry weight while I'm running, just because this is not it. I might be able to put it around my waist, actually, but around the shoulder is not it. Maybe like this, like directly on the shoulder. This is actually much better. Gifted sub ran out, but running the ads. Ugh, I'm choking myself on that fanny pack. Switch over to the other king. I'm gonna have to reset after this. We're gonna figure out a better way to... I'm gonna test out the running with the weight before we get into the boss fight. Probably a good idea. Okay, last two hit points. Easy money. This game is not even hard. Yo, Royal Titan Champion combat achievement too? Okay, we're TPing out. And we're slowing down the treadmill. GG! Yeah, that's KC10. We got U seeds. That's sweet. Can put those in the seed box. Okay. I'm gonna stop the treadmill for just a second and see what carrying that weight around the waist does for us. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it tightens enough. You choosing to dolo? You don't want a main to help? So I could have a main help, but the thing is, like, if I want to get any points for the uniques, I kind of just want to do all the damage myself, if that makes sense. So they'd kind of just have to sit there. Yeah, this thing doesn't tighten enough. What could I do to carry weight? Does the camera show the sweat? I need a new camera, do I? Little sweat bead right there. Ooh, juicy. But yeah, it's also kind of just a pretty cool flex, honestly. I can show you how the treadmill plugin works now. There's these little buttons. You ever think ankle weights? Yeah, I thought about ankle weights. I think that would be crazy. Honestly, ankle weights would be crazy. Running in ankle weights is not something I want to do if I can avoid it. I think you can mess yourself up in all kinds of ways. Okay. Let's see. How could I do this? Hmm. Do we just drop the Nezzy helm? Is that an unfortunate drop we do? I think we don't drop the Nezzy helm. It could be 2 kilos each leg. Yeah, it could be. I think we drop the monk rope. Pick up a piece of graceful. Because the Nezzy helm also gives us melee strength. We sacrifice 2 prayer bonus for 3 melee strength. And if we did that and picked up graceful, Nezzy is +3 pray. Yeah. If I did that and picked up graceful, I could get... Go away, Evil Bob. Not sure how I do this. Because if I do graceful, I'll be fine on food. I unfortunately need the lunar staff to get back here until we get the amulet. I mean, it hurts to say ditch the Barrow's gloves. I don't think that's the answer. They're only +2 weight. I think the answer is ditch the monk robe bottoms. I don't want to do that. How happens if we drop? We need the Artie cape, though, to get back to Fairy Ring. It's the lightest weight bottoms armor. I mean, like, graceful legs, right? Graceful legs are the lightest weight. So I think what we do so we don't have to carry weight for this is we drop the monk robe bottoms and we go pick up graceful legs from the house. Let's start the treadmill back up. It kind of sucks, but that'll give us room to wiggle with food as well. I won't have to worry so much about food. So we'll go to pretty negative on the weight, even with all the potatoes. Okay, so we're at 4 kilos. Small adjustment, but we don't have to carry weight anymore. So I'm going to take off my horrible fanny pack. That was an awful idea. That is not it. But yeah, I need to figure out some way to run with weight that doesn't just bounce up and down like crazy. Okay, this account's still Gucci gang. We don't really need to do anything. This account, we could use some more cheesy potatoes, but I don't know if the minigame cooldowns... I don't know if we're off cooldown for the minigame teleport. We are. Okay, cool. I think we'll be able to completely fill our inventory with cheesy potatoes too, which is sick. I might take one more prayer potion. We'll do 7 prayer pots, 1 super strength. I should have teleported to GE, but we're already here, so... to decant the potions. If you're thinking a kill a trip, less pea pots. We can do about 3 kills a trip. And it takes about 8 minutes per... It's like 7 minutes per kill. So it's super slow. Super slow because I'm doing all the damage on the treadmill account. But... yeah, look at that. 0 kilos. But we can do about 3 kills a trip. So it's about 24 minutes of prayer. Okay, we're good to go. Let's run back. Yo, is YouTube, like, not showing? YouTube's not even showing. It's just black screen. YouTube is black screen. Why is YouTube black screen? There we go, that's why. Because I adjusted the screen size and it messed it all up. Okay, that's fixed now, though. Alrighty. Dude, running without the weight is just so freeing. Need to pray melee here. Clear that. Dragon Warhammer spec them both. Back to Scepter. Now we'll perflict the Heidi. I need to sip super strength. I forgot about that. I can Dragon Warhammer spec. We'll go on Ice Queen. She's the highest. Perfect. Ice King, actually. My bad. Oh, I splashed because I don't have Scepter on. Awesome, easy. I've been thinking, I couldn't really, I didn't really think about it too much last night, but I've been wondering what other bosses I could dolo. I don't know that there's too many more, right? Besides Wildy, I can't think of anything but Rat. Uh-oh. I was reading chat. Yeah, I can't think of too many. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was close. Bro, I'm like scuffed today. I just need to focus more on the circle instead of DPS. If I focus more on the circle, it will end up adding to my DPS. Because I won't have to make more trips. So, avoiding damage is the best way of increasing DPS. Just buy a myth set and get that D-Defender permanent upgrade. Yeah, I thought about that. I think we will. Bro. That's unfortunate. I already went through all of my cheesy potatoes. Misclicked on each circle. Like every single one, I feel like I've misclicked. Yeah, it probably will. It boosts my accuracy by a ton. The problem with your Dragon Defender that I'm worried about, but the other thing I did think about is, so I can't really store it until I get 88 construction. Or like a long ways off. I can boost to 85, I guess, but we're a long ways off from being able to store it. I didn't want to have to do the grind twice because that sucks. But that being said, it's probably worth it. But I'm already set up for this. So I'm going to try one more. We'll see how it goes. If I TP out, I TP out. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't get the D Warhammer spec off. There it is. I've also, at Crab, switched to start doing attack training on the ultimate. It'll increase our accuracy quite a bit. I got 3 attack levels today, AFKing. So, that's huge. The Warhammer spec. Hit a 1, that's perfect. Couldn't be any better. I die on Hill Ammonite Crab for fossils, for kudos, and XP lamps. No, that's fair, honestly. The problem with it, on this account specifically, I agree for the most part. Like, I think it's so much better than Gem Crab. The problem with it on the Treadmill account is that I can't move to reset the aggression timer. On any other account, you can move to reset the aggression timer, and it's fine. You also don't get the, like, the damage, the XP reduction. I think Crab is, like, 80%, like 87% of normal XP. Something like that. Hello. The other thing I thought about was bringing a, bringing a ranged setup. But the problem with ranged on these bosses is their defense is so high, most of the time you just want to be meleeing. So, because my stats are so low anyway, I don't know that would have really mattered. So we're just focusing on melee DPS. It's fine. I can Dragon Warhammer spec. Well, next time they show up. Gonna spec them both. Range is bad there, and not... Yeah, the add-a-lateral thrower. Yeah, I agree. But even then, their range defense is just so high that it's hard to justify the wait for. The big 26. I should probably sip a super strength. Awesome, not missing any circles this time. On that treadmill account, at least. It's fine on the other account. I need to turn on my light after this. My lighting is awful. I need to have True Tile on the treadmill account. I do not have it on, and I realize that that's probably what's making me misclick, or like not realize I misclick sooner. I love when it says I'm out of combat on the iron. Perfect. Okay, we're TPing it out. Quick escaping here. And resetting. I think we drop the Harlander and keep the palm tree seed. Harlanders are pretty easy to get. Don't need to really worry about it. Okay, so one thing I need to consider too is if I should start bringing nature rinse. And I think I will. I'm gonna go clear out these pages, but everything else I kind of want to wait in high alch. To get the high alks though, I'll sell them this time, but I really need to tomorrow grab, just so I can stay on the grind. I don't want to deviate. While I'm locked in, I want to just keep going. So I'll sell them here. They go for low alk value, unfortunately, but just gonna go for it. Can't sell that item. Can I do anything with desiccated pages other than drop them? I don't know if I can. Pages only for the tomes. Yeah, I thought so. But I did just look up the wiki. You can be brought to specific elemental plinths to reinvigorate them into burnt, soaked, or soiled pages. Doing so requires level 50 rune crafting, and grants 50 experience per page. So that might be a good way of training rune crafting. It's not going to be like permanent, right? But is that better lighting? Let me pull up OBS and see. That's pretty good, right? Shows my sweat. Shows us that we're locked in. Okay. So I'm going to keep the pages just because they're 50 runecraft XP. If we end up getting a lot. Hashtag locked in. Yeah. If we end up getting a lot of pages, it might be worth turning them in. We're going to be on the grind for a bit. Really shouldn't get a lot of pages. Yeah, I've gotten, let's see how many we've gotten so far. 35? So 35 and 12 kills is not bad, considering they're stackable. But yeah. Okay, Birthorpe, right? $35 times... It's not a lot, I know, but it's about like half a mile of running. No, it's not even half a mile. I don't know, maybe it's just not worth it. The other thing I just thought of to train rune crafting, I am going to turn my light on. I think it'll end up looking better. I'll be right back. The other thing I thought about for training rune crafting, though, was sulfur naguas, actually. So that might be a really awful way of training rune crafting. I know it's not good, but let me change this again. That's better. Okay, starting that treadmill back up. But yeah, I know it's not a great way of training rune crafting. It's pretty awful, honestly. But it is a way I can train away from treadmill, which we've learned. I can lock in for an away from treadmill grind. Should we get the Dragon Defender tonight? Should we just lock in and get that? It's probably worth it, right? We just buy a set of Mithril, like Shifty said. I think we do. Let's go buy a set of Mithril. Let's see, Mithril plate body in Varrock. I'm gonna switch this back over real quick. Lock window size. Let's turn off the display capture. I know this is going to be janky for just a second. Let me fix it though. I promise it will be better. Java RuneLite. There we go. Okay, and then same thing on the Yub Tubs. Perfect. I'm also playing on 2 other accounts. Okay. Let's get locked in for the I meant that easier said as a bystander. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to carry weight here. Unless we go back to home and get our graceful back on. Oh. Okay, now we can take graceful. I think Mithril Fullhelm is in Barb Village. I did just realize though that we're gonna have to tell you to Fally to get to Berthorpe Games Room. Maybe we should go Lumbridge actually first. We can walk from Barb Village. Okay. Grabbing Plate Lakes here real quick. I do believe I'll still have to put on some weight. But we'll see how much we have to carry. It shouldn't be too bad. Three kilos. Let's go back to Varrock. Treadmill's back. What's up, Thrilla? We were doloing, doing 2 accounts at once with the Royal Titans. I'm taking a quick break from doing the duo solo stuff to go get me a very important Dragon Defender. We've been procrastinating that for way too long. I got 5 kilos in the backpack. Toss that on and start the treadmill up. Well, thanks for stopping in, Thrilla. It's always a motivation booster, especially on slow nights tonight. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing good. Always great to see me grinding away. Yeah. It's a struggle for sure. Not the jar from Mad Angel on the quest. Wait, what? You got the jar on the quest kill? That is sick. That's so sick. 1 in 856. Congrats, dude. What does the jar do? Mad Angel. Jar of Light. It acts as a light source. Okay. And then you can just put it in your house. It says 1 in 1,000. Is it boosted on the quest, boss? Because that's crazy. Maybe there's 1 in 1,000. Yeah, they're super lucky there. Is the boss fun? I've been thinking I want to do it. I don't know when I'll get to it. I've been busy, been trying to get those levels slammed out on the ultimate. And it's 76 attack now. So we've been slamming through combat levels. We're getting there. Do you know a total distance traveled during the account? Yes, I do, Panda. It's right here on this screen. Bottom left. We're at 1,101.69 miles. Nice. So we've gone quite a ways. We got ready for, we finished SOT requirements at mile 1,080. We haven't done SOT yet. There's a couple things I'm going to do before SOT. So I'm gearing up for Royal Titans right now. I've done, let's see, 12 kills. I've been doing 2 accounts at one time on the treadmill. One account just kills elementals, clears walls, and Dragon Warhammer specs. And then this account, the treadmill account, is doing as much damage as possible because of how the participation points work. No worries, dude. I appreciate, like, honestly, I appreciate the questions. I love talking about this account. I think it's super cool. I'm super proud of the account. I'm really happy with how far we've gone. It's just insane. The weight restrictions are absolutely nuts. Those have made some interesting situations for sure. Where am I going? Oh, potatoes. No, I didn't get the full helm. I'm dumb. Let's run back to Barb Village. I got busy talking, and treadmill brain is real. Generally one of the coolest accounts I've ever seen. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Panda. I appreciate it. I'm going to be locking in here soon for the Corrupted Gauntlet grind. Since they've made the changes, I'm a lot less scared of it. I'm going to see if I can do prep walking and then just run for the Hunley fight. That will drastically reduce the mileage we go. I did a couple kills on my other account on the treadmill just to see how it would go. And it ended up being a mile a kill. Which means I would have run 500 miles. On my iron, I got the seed at 501. So that would have been 501 miles to run. Which is kind of crazy. Okay, we have exactly 5 kilos in the backpack, so that's perfect. 1 mile a kill is nutty. Yeah. Yeah, it would have meant that I could have probably done... I could have done 5 kills a day, I think. And then once we got really into the swing of things, I was hoping to do more. If we were truly running a mile a kill, that would have been pretty hard. But with the new changes on prep, might mean slightly longer kills, but less painful for sure. Yeah, I think with walking prep, I'll be able to just keep going all night. Like, we could probably do 4 hours of CG. Like Panda said, it will mean longer kills, right? Because prep will take longer. But I think overall, it's more sustainable. I think we'll try both ways and see how many kills I can do one day completely running and then walking the next day. And we might switch off, right? Like, I can go hard one day on CG and just keep running for all the kills. And then the next day I can have kind of be a chill day if I can do walking prep, and we'll slow down and we can chat a little bit more probably, and I won't have to be so locked in, but it'll be great. You do T1 prep? You know, I do T2 prep just because on the treadmill, I don't know if I'm confident enough to like, I make enough mistakes on the treadmill while I'm running that I think the T2 prep is going to be worth it. I could try T1 prep and see how it goes once you really get in the swing of treadmill Hunleaf. But, yeah. Yo, Solsh, what's up? We are taking a quick break. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We're taking a quick break from Royal Titans, just so I can get a Dragon Defender. I think it will speed up my DPS, or speed up the kills quite a bit, because it'll increase my accuracy and boost the DPS. But yeah, welcome to the Treadmill account. Welcome to Treadlocked Ultimate Ironman, IRL Runlocked. This is like, I love explaining this account. So, we have a weight restriction, right? In the backpack right now, on my back, carrying 5 kilos of weight. Because, in-game, we're carrying 5 kilos of weight, 11 pounds. And then, on top of that, we're walking right now, but if we toggle the run on in-game, my treadmill speeds up, baby. It doubles the speed, just like in-game. And now we're cooking. So it's definitely a unique account. I love it a lot. I think it's sick. I'm gonna turn that auto retaliate on for this, and then we're going to sip a super strength and kind of just chill, I think. But yeah, we need the tokens. Once I get the D Defender, I don't know if I'll get it tonight, honestly. So I don't, and then again, one thing about weight. If I'm not moving with the weight, I don't have to be carrying it. So because I don't move here until the weight is gone from my inventory, I can technically take off this weight I have on my backpack. And we're good. We're good to just chill. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get Dragon Defender tonight. That would be pretty baller on... I think we'd have to be pretty good on RNG there. But I could see it. We've got how much time left on stream? Maybe just an hour and a half. I don't think we'll get it tonight, but we could. You got some relief. This is just absurd as it is amazing. Thanks, lots. Solsh. The attack kit giving you unlimited tokens is such a scam perk. Bro, that's what it does? Hold up. Wait, that's actually good to know, CPA. I think I might be one of the few accounts that uses it. Oh, shoot. We're gonna do some janky strats here. I don't know why I got scooted back one more. Then oh, can't do that. I got scooted back one more tile than previously. There we go. I don't even know why I'm praying, honestly. I can just do cheesy potatoes, right? But yeah, there's some things we can do to get around the treadmill restriction. I want to be... The thing is, I want to be as effective with the treadmill time as I can be. So when I'm on stream, I want to be doing stuff that I can't do off the treadmill. So that means any skill that I can't train off the treadmill is what I'm doing. There's a lot of skills I can train off the treadmill. Are they efficient? No. Can I do it? Yes. So, for example, for cooking, I would sit at the Culinariomancer's chest. We would buy grapes from the Culinariomancer chest. I had noted vials of water because I hadn't completed Lunar Diplomacy yet. So I would take the noted vials of water. I would buy jugs, fill up the jugs, drop the vials of water, buy grapes, turn them into wines, drop the wines, world hop, and repeat the process. It was about 70k cooking XP an hour, which means I did it for 8 hours to get to Legends Quest requirements, but we did it. So there's clever ways I can do to train most of my skills off the treadmill, but when I'm on the treadmill, I want to be using treadmill time effectively. Does that mean I plan very well? Absolutely not. We're gaming, right? Like, I could plan the account out, but honestly, I have so little time anyway that when I'm, like, I'm just kind of going with it, you know? We're just going. So, yeah, it kind of is what it is. I should have the monk robe on. But yeah, the other kind of crazy thing we do with this account is there's a lot of skills I measure in XP per mile. For example, the 3 worst skills, XP per mileage. Can you guess? Does anyone have a guess what the worst XP per mile skills are? I've talked about this a lot, but it's because I'm pretty passionate about it. At my current levels, by the way. Because there's 3 that are just very, very bad. Agi is one of them, yes. Agility is pretty bad XP per mile. There's 2 other that kind of tie with it, though. Con, Agi? Yeah, Con, Agi are 2 of them. Ding, ding, ding! The cons. Yep, Con and Agi, and there's one more. I can't actually remember what it is. Oh, yeah, never mind, I remember what it is. It's awful. It's a horrible skill. No one likes to train it. And on a treadmill, even worse. Third off the top of my head, maybe Herb. Herb's actually pretty good, because we have 94 thieving. Hive Hum. It's rune crafting. Thrilla got it. Welcome back, Hive Hum. It's been a bit. Smithing was pretty bad until I figured out a tech, an AFT tech, away from treadmill tech. So, let me go over the 3 worst ones, and then I will talk about the AFT smithing tech that I discovered, because it was horrible. So, the 3 worst ones. No worries, dude. Just good to see you. Okay, so, rune crafting is about 8k per mile. Construction and agility are the same, but the thing about construction and agility is they will go up once I unlock better training methods. Like, significantly. Rune crafting kind of just stays static. You do Guardians of the Rift from the time you get it until the time you hit 99. So that means I'm going to have to go about 800 miles if I want to get 900 rune crafting. Agility and construction are kind of the same, but now that I have 70, I can go to Prif and do teak planks on mahogany homes instead of oak planks. I was doing oak planks. And I can also buy the plank sack, so that will reduce things. You ever do Tears of Guthics? Yes. Tears of Guthics are on cooldown every Mondays. It's currently going into Slayer, because Slayer is also kind of a crappy skill to train. Because I can't just, like, AFK it during the day. I have to hop on the treadmill, get a task, go to the task location, and then I can't move. I blocked out of my brain to guess, just like I block out leveling. Yeah. Rune crafting is pretty bad. I wish I could block it out of my brain. The other thing that I'm kind of scared about on this account is if I get a scythe. If I get a scythe, I can't AFK bloods. I have no idea how I'm going to maintain a scythe. I might not even use the scythe on this account. Like, I don't know if it's worth it, honestly. So we'll have to see what we do if I get a scythe. Anyway, Hive Hum said smithing was pretty bad. Smithing was horrendous when I first started training it. So the typical way to do smithing, right? You buy a bunch of gold ore from the blast furnace guy, and then you smelt it with goldsmith gauntlets on, right? Well, that meant I had to carry 50 pounds on my back for blast furnace. It was horrendous. It was bad. I could do about 30 minutes of it a day. The Fender Grind W. Statsby, welcome in. Yeah, we took a break from doloing Titans. We're doing two accounts on the treadmill, which is pretty baller, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty happy that we can actually even do it while we're running. But yeah, I'm going to take a pit stop, get the defender. It weighs half a kilo. It will speed up my kills probably by a significant amount. And then we'll go back to Titans. I was smelting cannonballs because they don't have weight, but the problem was getting to the getting the ore and getting to the furnace was kind of hard. So what I ended up doing was switching to, like I said, goldsmith gauntlets. That's true, I could send up. So I switched to goldsmith gauntlets and gold ore. I was carrying 50 pounds on my back. We would do about 30 to 40 minutes a day, which ended up being about 30k experience a day. It was pretty garbage. But then I remembered that you can just buy gold ore from the vendor, right? Easy peasy. And then I realized, I was like, I have 5,000 nature runes. I bet I could just stand near a gold rock and mine it, right? Because the problem with buying from vendors, in my head, was all the vendors move, right? Vendors walk around their stores. There's not a reliable way I can get to a vendor and have him stay still. The thing about the blast furnace vendor, though, is he stays still. He does not move. He stays in one tile. I think it's because they have people come and deliver stuff to him, and they didn't want to, like, code pathing to wherever he was wherever he moved to, so they just had him static. As soon as I realized that, I realized I can just buy gold ore, use a fire staff, and equip my goldsmith gauntlets, and superheat the gold ores into gold bars, drop the bars, and then just buy and world hop, and I didn't have to move for the smithing grind. It became so easy after I thought about that. And it became a completely free buyable skill. We went from like 50 to 60 in like a month. And then, do I have to animate the armor? Can I just deposit it? I wonder if there's a way I can store armor here. I thought there was. But yeah, anyway, that's the story of the account pretty much up until now. There's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of new updates for this account, actually. There's been some pretty crazy updates for this account. Hunter is now trainable away from Treadmill. It wasn't when I started the account. Okay, I need to figure out how to store this. Okay, where do the machines come from? What do I do here? Poof, the armor attacks. Alive, blah, blah, blah. You must kill it. Yes, trained long and hard here I have. Okay. Lose your armor if damaged too much it becomes. Rare this is, but still possible. If you kill the armor... If kill you the armor does, you will also lose the armor you will. This guy is talking in crazy speak. Bye. Okay. Let me take a peek at... I'm looking up if I can store... You can store it with the NPC in the reanimation room by reanimating the armor and teleporting away. Talk to the NPC and he will return the armor set. Okay. Perfect. Animate the armor, teleport to house. If we have to buy another one, it's fine, but I don't think we will. Let's teleport to Birth Orb Games Room. I think we have the teleport off cooldown. And then Cyclops grind. I have my other account logged out at Royal Titans, so we can just send it again as soon as we get back. As soon as we're done with the Dragon Defender grind. It might take all night. I do think it's worth it in the end. It'll speed up my XP at Crab, because it increases my max hit by 1, I think, which is not a ton. But it's better than nothing. RuneScape's all about incremental increase, right? So, small incremental increases. How many miles a day do you think you average per day? Worst day. Okay, so when I started, I ran half a mile, went 3 miles total, and was absolutely dead. I was not very athletic before this. Oh no, dude. It's still there. I wonder if he'll store it still. We'll try it. We'll risk it for the biscuit. Anyway, so yeah, we've slowly worked up from 3 miles a day. I can do so much more than 3 miles a day. Don't I have to go... How do I get there? I can't remember. Is it down here? Yeah, down outside near the cheese room. The cheese room? Oh, the food room. Gotcha. The potatoes. I'm gonna buy an attack potion too. Might as well while we're here. Anyway, average per day. So I took a vacation, a 2-week vacation, not too long ago, and was gone for a bit. Before that, we were averaging about 13 miles a day. We haven't run a ton today. We ran 9 miles yesterday, though, so I'm not super worried about the amount I'm going to be running today. Because we went pretty far yesterday. Talk to Lorelei. So, yeah, 13 was the average before that. Now that we're back, it's slightly less. But, I think yesterday we went 12 and a half. Come back when I have the Rune Defender. So this one's on the roof, Shifty. Until I get the Rune Defender, I need to go to the roof. But yeah, 12 miles, 12 and a half miles is pretty good. So I want to see if we can do that. Generally, it becomes about just like how much time and what I'm doing. Because, I just run out of time most of the time. Like, I'm on the treadmill for about 3 hours. And then I just have to hop off and go to bed. So. If I world hop, do I get kicked out of the room? I do. No, and my fee's gone. Okay, that's kind of tragic. Talk to the lady if I haven't. Okay. I'll kill this one and then talk to the lady. Because I don't think I did. Although she does talk to... Is it an Oziac situation where I need to talk to her for the RNG boost? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Bro, what? 1 KC. This is it. This is the streamer RNG kicking in right now. Well, okay. Yeah, glad I didn't need that. Didn't need to talk to her. Oh, that's right. I do need it. No, I think you're right. Because she needs to release the, like, she'll be like, okay, I'll release the next one. I think you're right. I thought you only had to talk to her if you got a new one. She lets a new batch in. Yeah, we already got the bronze defender, Solsh. 1 KC. So we're good. Do I use the defender on her? I have a bronze defender. Bronze, eh? Cyclopses are ready. Toddle in when you're ready. Oh, yeah, that's pretty sick. Bro, am I gonna try hard sweat this whole thing just for a couple prayer pots? Is it worth it? I don't know. I thought you had a rune defender already. At least the bronze can speed up the myth armor kills. True. We'll stick around and see how far we can get, though. These guys don't have very good accuracy, right? Like, they're not hitting me. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Yeah, we don't have the rune defender. I have done none of the defender grind, and I really should have. But my combat stats are at a decent spot now, so I could have done it a long time ago. We used Blast Furnace Pump for a long time. Renar weeds? Always, brother. Personally not use prayer and eat cheese bready. Yeah. The potatoes are pretty good. I'm gonna use prayer, though. It lets me talk and just, like, not really focus. A lot of the times while I'm, like, just chatting on stream, I don't really pay too much attention. So, I will, like, lazy flick piety, but that's not too hard. I want to just be able to not focus super bad or super intense. I really do wish I had nature runes now, though. There's just money sitting on the floor. I'm not going to worry about the prayer XP with the bones. I don't think it's super worth it. If we need more prayer XP, we can always go back to bone shards. Lower level Cyclops spawns? 56. 56 is the lowest ones, right? Yo, Captain Arab, you jump scared me. Sorry, I'm not really in the mood for solving puzzles, even if they're easy. Remember to stay hydrated, gamers. We are hydro homies in this chat. So, I'm gonna drink up. Okay, so we're 12 deep. What's the drop rate? Isn't it like 1 in 75? For every mile you do, I'll smoke a cig to even it out. Thanks, Shifty. Thanks, I appreciate that. 1 in 50 for the defenders. That's not too bad. Oh, we have a lot more. These tokens last a lot longer than I thought they did. Is it a mile per 10 or a minute per 10 tokens? Oh, did we just DC? There we go. I thought minute per 10. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. We have 33 minutes. One equals 10 minutes. 10 equals 1 to the opposite. Yeah, backwards. 1 minute equals 10 tokens. Yep. No worries, Solsh. No worries. I knew what you meant. We got it. We figured it out. I do wish... Man, what I should have done is I should have gotten the, should have stuck around at Royal Titans until we got the... So, we'll go as far as we can tonight with the Defender grind. But if we don't get it tonight, we're going to go back to Royal Titans with whatever Defender we have. And, we will... see if we can get the necklace. Because we could be getting these big bones and charging the necklace with the big bones and be slightly more efficient. So, just lost my first hardcore Iron Man, which is my first Iron Man. And now I was looking at doing a UIM of seeing all these different people. Yeah, big rip there. Sorry about that. That sucks. Yo, Ethan, how are you doing tonight? How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, rip to the hardcore, Solsh. That sucks. I'm sorry. It was good? Okay. You get to play the game now? Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with a hardcore. I know there's people who, like, can do it, but I'm not that good. I kind of just want to enjoy the game. I don't have enough time for a hardcore right now. I do have enough time for a treadmill locked Ultimate Iron Man, though. Haha. I grew to hate it. I never wanted to start a hardcore Iron Man in the first place. Also, Ethan, we're doing good. We're on a important grind, as always. Trying to get an important item. Just chilling in chat and talking. We're taking a break from the running for a little bit. So we'll get back to that eventually. I've seen too many DCs to hardcore Iron Man. Yeah, that's fair. The farther I got, the worse the anxiety got. Also fair. We don't want to be killing that one. That one's a level 76. He's got 25 more health than the other ones. Oh, I need to be freaking sipping that attack potion. Sipping up that strength potion. Do you ever have dreams and dying in your sleep? Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That is nuts. That kind of blows my mind, but saying that, like, I have had dreams about RuneScape. So, when we did the pool stream, right? Definitely had a dream about that. Especially because I came back after a long hiatus and I had no idea what I was doing. How long were you gone, Solsh? It's always interesting to hear people's, bit over 6 years. Dang. Dang, that's a long time. So have you done TOA yet? We could do TOA Treadmill Tuesday. We could get back on the TOA Treadmill Tuesday. That'd be sweet. I had a buddy ask me when we were gonna do TOA. Since I got injured and just wanted to play again, I had a lot of free time. Ooh, if you ever want to do it, on Tuesdays we do raids on stream. I'll do them on the treadmill. TOA is the worst raid. What? I hate Chambers. Chambers is... I haven't done top. I've done like a little bit of top. But I don't like Chambers. I think Chambers is unintuitive. It doesn't choreograph, or sorry, it doesn't telegraph what anything's supposed to do. You just have to learn it through brute force. And even then it's like janky. You have to stop for prep unless you're like a gamer, and that just like slows the raid down. It's a fine raid, but like I definitely don't think it's as polished as the other two. It shows that it was the first raid. I suffered, everyone else needs to. Hold up. But yeah, if you ever want to do raids on Tuesday, we've been doing those. That's a 1506 and I got my fire cape. I will probably never do a hardcore Iron Man again. Doing Iron Man has been phenomenal though. Dude, Iron Men are so fun. I remember... So I played back in the day. I'll give my little spiel of how I got into RuneScape real quick. Iron Man changes the game 100%. So I remember playing the game growing up, and I remember loving it. Then the Grand Exchange came out, and it kind of pissed me off. Like, things weren't the same after the Grand Exchange hit. I was probably only like 11 when the GE came out. When did the GE come out? But I feel like it started to kill the game. They introduced like trade restrictions shortly after. They deleted the wildy. Like, it was pretty bad, I think, for the game. It like shifted the game in a direction I didn't really like. So that's when I quit. Grand Exchange was 2007. Yeah, it was 3 days after... Okay, never mind. Yeah, it was 2007 though. So I was 11 at the time. So I really didn't know what I was doing. But I did know that I didn't really like it for whatever reason. So I quit around then. I dabbled a little bit after, but... Yeah, I get why they had to do it, but it still sucked. Doesn't mean it wasn't, I think in the end it was still bad for the game. But yeah, I quit then, and then I didn't come back until Leagues. I did Leagues, like, Leagues, the second Leagues. My buddy was like, bro, you gotta play old school RuneScape. I like, played for maybe a week when it first came out in high school. And then I went back to not, like, in my mind, it was just kind of a cookie clicker game. And it was like, it was fine. But it was like, there's no real skill to RuneScape, right? You just click a giant and watch him die. You just click a Cyclops and you watch him die. So I was kind of just like, what's the point, really? Didn't really care. And then my buddy was like, bro, come try... You're in high school in 2013. I was in high school in 2015. That's when I came back to it, actually. In 2015, so it had been around 2 years. But, yeah, I didn't give it, like, a second chance. And then my buddy was like, bro, just try Leagues. Just try Leagues. And I did Leagues, and I saw that there were raids, and I was like, wait a minute. This game does have mechanics to it that matter. This game is kind of cool. And then I remember I did, like, Leagues 3, and I got to TOA, and I was like, holy cow, this is, like, insane. How do people do this main game without Leagues powers? And then, like, okay, I'm sold. I'm doing it. And then I got a work from home job, and my buddy was like, let's do a group Iron Man. And I was like, I'm in, boss. Say no more. So we started the group Iron Man. We got about a week in.
My buddy quit before winter taught, and I just kept going. I just slammed it out. I think it diminishes the value of in-game stuff when you can pay for it IRL. Super hateful about MXT in general. Fair. I think it's good for the game. For the people who want to use it. I could see, like, when I first got into Iron Man, I was pretty against, like, I didn't like it. I was like, this is dumb. I think people who use it are dumb. But my opinion since then has shifted quite a bit. I think it's good for the people who want to use it. It benefits Jagex. It benefits them. And I don't have to touch it. Like, if I want to play an Iron Man, I can just play an Iron Man. And for me, like, the achievements are still there. And that's part of the reason why I like the Iron Man. But, like, I could get it now that I'm busy with a full-time job and have a little baby. I could see where it would be useful to spend, like, a little bit of extra money and progress my account a lot more than I could without it. I'm still playing the game. I get to the end game content a little quicker. Because I don't have the generate amounts of time anymore to spend in the game. Yep. And it being impactful way to get around selling IRL good gold is a good thing. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think Solsh gets that too, because that's what his last comment was about. Like, it gets around the IRL gold. I'm just against microtransactions. I've extended that feelings around that. It's just that. Yeah, that's fair. I do think they're a bit of a mixed bag, right? Like, microtransactions can be good depending on how they're implemented. Because I watched a video essay, I can't remember who it was by, but they talked about why old school RuneScape had to increase their membership costs. And it was like, WoW hasn't increased their membership costs, and it's been the same since 2004, blah, blah, blah. And he went into depth on, like, how WoW structures their payment, or, like, where WoW gets their money. And it's because WoW has microtransactions, and it diversifies where the money comes from. So after hearing that, like, I'm okay with spending a couple of more bucks a month if it means I get to have a pure experience in old school RuneScape, purer than I think it would be if they started introducing, like, buyable mount or, like, cosmetics in the game. I have mixed feeling, like, pretty strong feelings against buyable cosmetics. Yeah, I have strong opinions about buyable cosmetics. Guild Wars 2 was some of my, like, have you listened to Sardaku opinion on Blizzard versus Jagex? I think I have, but it's been a bit. MMO is just too grindy for some people, and if the casual player base funding the game, I love it. It's a good thing in that regard. I agree. Yeah, I think overall it's a good thing for the game. Buyable cosmetics, though, going back to that, I strongly dislike buyable cosmetics. I played a lot of Guild Wars 2 in high school. Loved the game. It has a fantastic system of horizontal progression because a lot of it is cosmetics, and a lot of them are, like, so cool. They're just so cool. The legendary items in that game are just chef's kiss. They have such cool particle effects. They look cool. When you see it, you know exactly what the item is. It's like having an Infernal Cape, right? Like, you see that and you're like, oh, that guy's a gamer. And it was like that. And they were so cool. They looked so beautiful. And Guild Wars 2 had some of the best, like, fashionscape in an MMO that I'd played up to that point. I thought it was amazing. And then they started adding buyable cosmetics, and they just, because they wanted to sell them, they had to make them look cool, right? So the buyable cosmetics kind of overrode that sense of horizontal progression. Even if it was just like a cosmetic horizontal progression, they overrode that. because anything you could buy in the store had to be cool enough to buy. There's the Iron Defender. Let's go. So it had to be cool enough to buy, which meant it had to be better than anything in the item. And anyway, yeah, it just kind of ruined that. Cool stuff. That was Cyclops 54. Okay, I think back at like Halo and stuff, and how now all the stuff was that was free and unlockable in older titles you have to pay for now. Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing about it too was it was a sense of accomplishment, and RuneScape still has that. RuneScape doesn't have like
Collection log slot.
oh my gosh. Steel Defender. Let's go. 55. Okay, 1 second. I need to make sure that I have a Steel Defender. Strong as steel, eh? Toddle on in. Okay, cool. Streamer RNG is real tonight. Okay. I get what you're saying with Halo. Doing the task to get armor showed that you did, to show that you did it made it so cool. Yeah, and I think old school RuneScape still has that. I think it's so cool. I think it's really good for the game. I've had a long conversation about transmogs with my friend, who's pretty big into classic WoW, and I have mixed feelings about transmogs too. I think transmogs are cool, and I think they can work depending on how you implement them. But I think like you have to get the item in order to transmog it, but I don't think it works in RuneScape. It just doesn't work. Because gear in WoW is just a stat stick. It doesn't, oh my goodness. It doesn't really affect your attack, right? Like if you hit with a mace, it's like a different attack speed than with a hammer, but that's about it. It's a stat stick. In RuneScape though, it kinda is different. Like if you have a scythe, it hits very differently than a Ursine chain mace would. And people in PvP zones need to know what you have. It affects things very quick. Okay, I have a black defender. Please let me in to get more Cyclopses. Johnny need to react to Marstead YouTube video. RuneScape is awesome, and here's why. 3.5 hours, but worth the watch. Yo, RM, welcome in. Good luck on the defender grind, dude. We're banging them out right now. We're at 57. We're already 1, 2, 3, 4 in. So we're doing pretty good tonight. Yeah, we're good. I've watched that video, Shifty, but it's been like a long time. I need to rewatch it. But old WoW and in general, I like to see how much time people put into the game. You can tell cooler stuff is rare, has a story about to it versus just entered their CC info. Yeah, I agree. I think the way you could make transmogs work is do a bronze man mode with transmogs. I think if you buy the item on the auction house, you don't unlock the skin. Does that make sense? Like I think there's ways of doing it. But I think you have to be very careful about how you implement transmogs. overall, though, I'm just kind of a no, transmogs is better because I don't trust people to implement it in a good way. So. You were legit 8 to 10x dry for Dragon Defender. That is unfortunate. We're going to get Mithril Defender in 2kc, I think. 2kc, I'm calling it right now. We're going to be at 63kc with the Mithril. But yeah, I think something like a Bronze Man mode for transmogs would be cool, but I don't know if it would work. I hate skins myself, but there is a plugin where you can transmog your items with friends in Party Hub. See, that's fun, right? Like, it's a plugin, doesn't matter for anyone, so I should transmog Holy Moly's on the whole time, because those are goated RNG boosting items. Also, how are you doing, RM? It's been a bit. I hope you're doing good. Nope. No, wasn't 63. Unfortunate. It's okay. I think tonight I'm going to post-stream, do some pickpocketing. Our cash stack's pretty low. So, post-stream for about an hour, I think. I'll do some pickpocketing at RD Nights. They're 300k an hour, so if I'm efficient, I can get 300k before I go to bed. That will be a good amount to do before I go to bed, or like a good amount of cash to have on hand. And then after that, I'll go park my account at Crab. We'll hopefully get another 2 attack levels overnight. Put us at 78. Would be sweet. Once we hit, there's the Mithril Defender. Let's go. We got 9 minutes left. I think I'm actually going to go back down and see if we can redeem our Mithril armor somewhere. And we'll unnote some more strength pots too. This is hurting you, Solsh. You're welcome for bowling me into the Defender grind. Yeah, thank you. It's been easy breezy. I don't know where I'm going. My buddy has Guthans on pure purple. So when we God Wars dungeon, he can call out he's not wearing his full Guthans. Wait, what do you mean? I'm confused. I am confused. What do you mean on pure purple? That was the Party Hub transmog. Oops, I just drank one of those. Okay, let's see if this guy stored our armor. I'm not sure if that ended up working or not. We'll have to trust to him. Or trust the, My armor disappeared. Correct. I collected your armor. I did not. Oh, wait. I need to go back. I am overweight here. I can kind of vary the items over though with you got the armor, let's go. Yeah, it's super good that I can store armor here. Don't know if it's useful, right? Like I don't know if I'm gonna be using rune armor on this account. Can't think of a use for it, right, other than grinding the tokens. But hey, I mean, like, I'll take it. You can store Addy and rune for clues here. Oh, for clues. Ooh, that's actually pretty sweet. And you can probably do multiple. Although, for stashes, can't you just, like, put them in stashes? I do wish that I had more motivation to do stuff like lazy flicking on the treadmill, but I don't. We're probably just gonna spend a lot of time post-stream pickpocketing Renars from, Oh, if I don't have the level, that's true. Probably just gonna spend a lot of time post-stream pickpocketing Renars from Master Farmers, honestly. It's hard to lazy flick while I'm streaming too. I'm just not used to it. So I feel much more confident lazy flicking aggressive prayers, because if I miss, I just lose a little bit of DPS. It's not that bad. But if I miss a defensive prayer, I'm losing big health. So I should get an attack timer metronome. That'd be sick. What are we listening to? One second, I want to put some Jippy on. General Sam music. Let's go. Helps me lazy flick piety. That would actually be sick. I will probably get it and mess around with it post stream tonight. At Crab. I'll just eat some cheesy potatoes once we're done. Okay, I'm probably good at 20 minutes, considering how crazy our RNG has been. Super helpful at CG. Fair. Although I don't know if I will be lazy flicking offensive prayers while I'm running on the treadmill at CG. We will probably not be doing that. I have thought about doing some melee kills at CG on the treadmill. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to do one more kill so that we round it up to 50. Like, 5 tokens does nothing for me, so. Melee CG, you wild. I think it'd be fun, right? Like, it's just kind of fun to... It'd be cool, like, doing CG while running a mile on the treadmill is a flex. But now imagine if I'm doing it with melee, like with the halberd. That would... It just... I think it would help me... manage my clicks. Like, it will force me to manage my clicks. And... that will just be, it'll be good training, if that makes sense. Like, it will help me learn how to manage my movement better while I'm on the treadmill. Okay, I think that will store the armor. It's the lava tiles and enraged. Yeah. The lava tiles and enraged will be a little annoying, but... Okay, back to Cyclopses. Are you sending another Cyclop trip? Yeah, we're gonna send another one. It's 9:44. We got about a little under an hour. Then I'll go pickpocket for an hour post stream. I need to like log off and give me something to eat, and take a shower because I'm a sweaty gamer. $9:44. Yep, that's me, baby. But yeah, I'll need a shower, clean up, get something to eat. Dude, I don't know what I'm gonna eat after. I need a tier list of like post stream snacks by you guys. When I got back from Colorado, the 2-hour time change messed me up for like 3 days. Yeah, I have a coworker that, bro, are you kidding me? I have a coworker that just got back from like halfway around the world, and um, that's crazy. $67. We're at 67 Cyclopses. That's nuts. Yeah, Defender luck is crazy tonight. Perfect. Perfect. I think we've only had one that took us longer than 10 KC. Honestly, you get a Rune Defender in the next 10 minutes, just gun for D Defender. I agree. I agree. We are getting mega spooned. What was I talking about though? Snacks? Was that what I was talking about? Oh, I had a coworker who got got back from halfway around the world, and he's like way messed up time wise. He woke up at 4 a.m. this morning and was like, I should go into the office, and then checked his watch and was like, I should not go into the office. But yeah, anyway, post stream snacks. I need a tier list of post stream snacks. Unfortunately, like, I just go for the cheap budget ones. If we go for cheap, junky snacks, you know. Clan chat says someone ban him. I'm gonna say don't tell Gagex. Don't tell Gagex play. Rune Defender incoming.
That really was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. The 73. What was it? 67 KC Adamant Defender goes crazy. Have you ever seen the Family Guy skit of Joe and Quagmire in a plane and Joe offers him a Mounds bar? No, I have not. I honestly haven't watched much TV in general, and Family Guy and like South Park even less. It's not really my kind of humor. I enjoy it in clips, I think I should say. In small doses. If I watch too much of it, it becomes a little too much for me. It's just like a lot, if that makes sense. It's not bad, it's just a lot. I can watch like an episode or two and then I'm done for a bit. Go-to snack is nerd clusters. Bro, nerd clusters are so good. I was talking with coworkers about running. They're big into running, and that's kind of helped me figure out like how to do this. But one of them was like, we were talking about running marathons, and one of them said, was talking about the gummies. You can buy these little like energy chew gummies meant for runners, and he's like, bro, I used to do those every run, but they honestly make my stomach kind of hurt, and they're expensive. So I've switched over to Nerds clusters, and I was like, oh, that would go hard. That would go so hard. I think I have some Skittles downstairs that I might hit up post stream, but I'm also gonna get some of that protein in there, you know, and give me a tuna sandwich. I've been meaning to go with a buddy and do a post-stream In-N-Out run. Give me a double-double. It's wild that you want sugar. You're gonna lose that six-pack. Hate to say it, Shifty, but I never had a six-pack. My six-pack is in the fridge, baby. I don't really care about six-pack at this point. I'm married. I have a kid. What do I need it for? Like, I don't want to get fat, obviously, right? Dude, I have hooked to Five Guys recently. Bro, Five Guys is so good. But it's more expensive, I think, than In-N-Out. In-N-Out's freaking cheap. They just sell this. They're so busy all the time, though. But yeah, Five Guys is so good. Yeah, 19 bucks for a burger and fries. My work will get it occasionally for lunches, and it's just whenever they bring Five Guys in, ooh. That's a good day. That's a good day at work. Doesn't happen very often, but yeah, if it's $19 for a burger and fries, it's got to be like a really good. What is Qdoba? One sec, I'm Googling that. Qdoba? I don't even know if they have these here. They do not. They don't have them near me. And I've never had Chipotle. I don't think. I've had Chipotle once, actually. So I don't know. I think they're fine. I'd much rather have like, bro, there's a place just down the street from my old house. That was a street taco place. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, wow. It was way good. I'd much rather have that over Chipotle. Chipotle is more like twice as much, and I don't get like it's dude the horchata and a quesadilla al pastor, man, like oh, que rico. So good. So good. I honestly don't know where if there is even a Chipotle close to me. Usually when I go out to eat, I like to eat at home because it's like so much cheaper. And I like to cook. Love your accent on that. Let's go. Yeah, I like to get burgers when I eat out, honestly. Like I want trashy food that I can't make myself. Just like something greasy, you know? But yeah, my accent on that, I lived in South America for a couple years, and my Spanish got pretty decent. Spoke Spanish pretty much the whole time. No one around me spoke English, so. What did you do? What you do there? I actually went on a mission for my church. Spent time teaching about Jesus, baby. How you should be kind to one another and love one another. So, make the world a better place by being kind. You know, it's not that hard. And I honestly could care less what people believe. Like I care, right? But I don't want people going around murdering people, obviously. But like, just be nice, bro. It's not that hard to be nice. My girlfriend did that in Thailand and Kenya and some other place. That's pretty sick. But yeah, just be nice, just be kind. That's all that I'm trying to, you know. It goes a long way. I think you feel better about yourself, about the world, if you try and be kind and try and just be more thankful. I found that the basic minimum, 100%. I found on days, I used to do this where I would write 10 things down every day. And I've been bad at it lately. I haven't done it in years. But I'd write 10 things down every day that I was thankful for. Bro, I was so happy. It goes a long way to just sit and find things that you're grateful that you have. Okay, Gagex, it's time for my Rune Defender. I've gone almost 30 kills. Give me sub 100 Rune Defender. That would be sick. How long was the mission? 2 years. So I was down there for 2 years. baller. It was an amazing experience. But yeah, I didn't come back for 2 years. Stay down there for 2 years. It was hard for sure. I got super homesick. But I'd do it over again in a heartbeat, I think. Before my wife. Yeah, I was 20 when I did it. Was I 20? I was 20. Just barely turned 20. So before college, I did 1 semester of college, and then I went. And then I was down there for 2 years, came back, did school. Got married, like a year and a half after I got back. It was pretty quick. Not a year and a half. It was like 2 years after I got back. But I met my wife, and in 3 months after I met her, she's like, "Hey, let's get married." And I was like, "Hold up. Slow down there." It might not even have been 3 full months. But I was like, "Hold up. Pause. Put that on pause. I'm not ready." 3 months. Yeah, she was like, "Yeah, I know. Like, let's get married." And I was like, I don't know. Let me think on that. Sound like a girl from the South? Wait, who, me? Your wife? Gotcha. Yeah, she just knew. She had gotten out of a bad relationship not too long before we met. And so she said that the reason she knew so early is because she knew what she didn't want. And so she was happy with, like, coming from, like, knowing what she didn't want, she could very easily tell what she did want. And then because she just knew I was what she wanted in a relationship. So dated and getting married in 5 months. Yeah, that's pretty quick. 5 months is crazy. But yeah, I wanted to be more sure. And honestly, even getting, like, it's hard because people are like, "Oh yeah, when you find the one, you'll know. Ha ha, hee hee." And I don't know that I ever felt that before I got married. It's kind of like I knew I wouldn't be unhappy, but I didn't know that I would be like that my wife was the one, if that makes sense. But I didn't feel bad about it. Like, I was just, I think my nerves were super high. So that got to me. But after I got married, it was like, oh yeah, like, this is the right choice. Easy. It's just like quick. My girlfriend and dating for years, especially if you don't live together. Yeah. Yeah, I could get that. Hello, Cyclopses. Living together is what's crazy. It definitely changes. Like, it definitely changes your opinion of the person. There's a lot you learn about your partner. What was also crazy was, we got married right, let's see, the weekend before everything shut down to COVID. And so we got to experience a lockdown. Like, we were living separately, and then we got married and we moved in together, and then COVID shut everything down. So we were pretty much like 24/7 together. We went from being together quite a bit to 24/7 being together. And that was, I think, good for the relationship in some ways. You get to know each other really quick. Like you know each other, obviously, right? Not saying that you just don't, but it was different than, like, leaving the house for 8 hours a day to do a job or whatever, and then coming home and spending time together. We played a lot of WoW together over COVID. Me and my wife both played WoW together. I remember I got COVID. I had to stay home for 2 weeks, so we probably played like 12 hours of WoW. Yeah, we played WoW. Again, this was before I came back to RuneScape. Like 3 years before. Yeah, we leveled 2 characters to max together, just doing quests and stuff. It was fun. It was a good time to like bond. Yeah. That's how you knew you were meant to be. True. True. Yeah, it was a good time. Alrighty. Bro, I'm EP. I don't even think we've gone that far on the treadmill today. We've done mostly walking. We did not do a lot of road fights today. But that's okay. We did 3 KC. That's fine. Not a lot, but the defender grind distracted us, so I tried to show my girlfriend OSRS. She's having none of that. Yeah, 100%. That is fair. I tried to show my wife RuneScape, and she's like, bro, you just click trees all day. I don't want to play this game. And I was like, no, it's more than that, I promise. Just don't play an Iron Man. Read the quests, they're funny. And she's like, nah, I've seen how much you're on your phone clicking trees. And I'm like, no, please, give it a shot. But she kind of has the opinion that I had a RuneScape before I did leagues. If I ever try and get her into the game, I should have her play during leagues. The dopamine rush during leagues, dude. Ooh. Or let her borrow my account. We've recently, shout out to Stick. We recently taught Stickman 505. How to play RuneScape, and I let him borrow my account, and that was, I think, a big game changer for it, because you can get them to content and be like, look, this is what's at the end of the tunnel, this is what's waiting for you. Yeah, I know him IRL. He's a good buddy of mine. But he's a Destiny 2 streamer, so give him a follow. He's cool, and you'll get to see his journey from RuneScape noob to Grandmaster, because he's a Destiny speedrunner, and he's really good. He's gotten, like, I think him and his buddies did, like, 17th in the world raid clear. Like, they were the 17th people to clear the raid. So, he's pretty good. And he's like, bro, I need a game to grind now that Destiny 2's dead. And I want to spend degenerate amounts of time on it and just get good at PvE challenges. And I'm like, well, you could try RuneScape. And one thing he said early on to me that I knew it would be perfect for him was, he said something along the lines of, I hate games that reset your progress, but if a game doesn't do that to me, I will spend hundreds of hours to grind an item that boosts my damage by 2%. And I was like, oh, bro, oh, hold up, stop it right there. We are getting you into this game. And he tried it. We did Scurious on stream, and then we did Royal Titans with Tucker, and we did some Jad. We tried to do Jad. The unfortunate part about Jad was we did the harder version from the challenges, and it was too much for him. I've never actually done those Jads. I should practice those. Because they have higher health, they spawn more healers, the healers hit harder, etc. The healers heal faster too. And if I were to do it, I would have Ancient Spellbook and just burst the healers. Get them with the AoE, tag them all at once. But Yeah, he didn't quite get through Jad. He got close, though. I was impressed. So, he's going to be good. If you do that Jad challenge, it unlocks the Zuck music track. Ooh, the Inferno one. But yeah, we ran him through his first Chambers raid on Tuesday, which is cool. He died a whole bunch the first time, but then we went back and rewatched the VOD and explained all of the mechanics, and I think he only died twice the second time, which, for someone who went from 0 PBM to, well, I mean, like, Scurious, who went from Scurious to Chambers, two deaths is pretty good, honestly. So, it's so hard to explain the Olm fight, especially, like, we were sitting in the raid, and I didn't pull up a video because we were in the game, we were on stream. So once we had run through it once, we went back and went through the VOD, and he's like, okay, like, what's this? What's that? And after he had a little bit of experience, I could kind of, like, explain a little bit more. There's just so much info. There's so much to go over. It makes it really hard. It's just kind of drinking from the fire hose, and you have to run Olm 1 or 2 times to know what you should look for. It's just hard. But it comes with experience. And he learned pretty quick, so. Person of experience. Experience it once and then watch video. I think that's a good way of doing it. I'm kind of the same way. I think it depends, like, for gear setups, I'll typically look up something. But I have come to enjoy going in blind to content a lot. A lot more. I think it's cool to just go in blind and see where you can get to. One nice thing about this Cyclops grind, too, is we are getting a bunch of attack experience. We've almost gone up a level tonight. Video first just doesn't do it justice, 100%. Can I, like, shrink this? Guess not. You ending on Addy Defender? I don't know. We got 1 minute left. It would be tragic if it spawned right now. I might just stop. We'll stop after the Cyclops, so that if it spawns, we don't get kicked out. Although we might, I don't know when we tick down to 10, so we might get kicked out before we even finish the Cyclops. But we'll stop after the Cyclops. We'll go get more tokens. We'll do a little bit more, but we might be ending on Addy Defender tonight. Time is up. Yeah, it would have been tragic, but if it dropped there, because we wouldn't have been able to pick it up. Okay, let's go see about claiming that armor again. I always walk down this second floor. Yeah, I had that happen on my iron. I can't remember what defender, but one of the defenders dropped, and I was like, oh, I can't pick that up. That sucks. So, and we've doubled our KC just from Addy, from Addy to Rune. My armor disappeared. Cool. I wish I had some time to, like, sit down and compile some better playlists for stream. Because when I'm on stream, I don't want to take a pause and, like, add a song to a playlist. I also am just not thinking about it quite as much. I can just let music go. But... And when I'm at work, I don't want to listen to music with words, because I just need to lock in most of the time. But yeah, I have been meaning to put together some better playlists for stream. So 100% with work songs. That's why I do chill step. Yeah. A lot of times I'll do like video game soundtracks. So like Skyrim soundtrack, I think is my most listened. Spotify gave me at the beginning of the year, I think this year, they were like, "This is your most played Spotify songs of all time." And my coworker was like, "Bro, who's this guy? I've never heard of him." And I was like, "Oh, he does the Skyrim soundtracks because that was my most listened to artist." And he's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, I guess." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's for work music, bro. I promise. That's not like what I listen to all the time." Go aggro Tony Hawk video game soundtrack always land. Bro, that is actually an amazing point. I should do that. I'll remember that for next stream. We're gonna listen to Tony Hawk next time we stream, which I think will be Saturday. Tomorrow's a treadmill rest day. I think I need it after going 8 miles today, 12 miles yesterday, so 20 miles in 2 days, and 9 of yesterday's was running. So I definitely, when I hopped on the treadmill tonight, was tired. But we'll get back on that Royal Titan grind soon. We'll get that prayer done, and then we can go to Mage Arena. I don't want to do... So I was thinking about doing pickpocketing for... pickpocketing for... What was it? Sorry, seeds. But, I don't want to pickpocket a whole bunch of Renar seeds and then do Mage Arena and lose it all. Granted, I'll still probably be death piling. But fun fact, all of the Tony Hawk devs got to choose the songs they wanted. So much unknown songs were blasted. You know what? Let's go take a look at Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Tony Hawk Pro Skater OST. 1 through 4. This has them all. Goldfinger. Goldfinger's on here? The Vandals, Papa Roach. There's a lot of stuff on here. Fu Manchu. A lot of people... Del the Funky Homo Sapien? What? DJ Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here that, maybe if I listened to it... I had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, I think, when I was little. And so if I listened to it, I might know. But, I don't know. Every song is a banger. I believe that, honestly. Tony Hawk, I remember playing as a kid. Tony Hawk Pro Skater did just have banger after banger. I haven't played that in years. I should see if I still have it. Every song takes you back. Yeah. I should see if I still have that. What if we did skateboard locked? No, I'm not a skater. I would fall on my face. My balance is horrible. My older brother could skate, and I was always jealous of him. I have a horrible sense of balance. I just could never do it. Which is weird, because now I run on the treadmill while I'm playing games. But, you know. Okay, we're gonna store our armor. We have quite a bit of time here, so now we're gonna go back up to see if we can get Rune Defender before we log off. Don't know, unless we get lucky, we aren't gonna try for the Dragon Defender. But I should probably re-up on the prayer pots. And the super strengths before we go back up. Okay, there we go. And I'll go buy a couple cheesy potatoes and one attack potion. Cool. Back to it. Awesome. It feels like I've been getting back in the groove. I think this week was pretty hard. I think this week was pretty hard to get back to streaming. It's hard to like take a break and then get back to it. But I think I'm back in the groove now. I think we can just go for it. So. But it's nice to have a schedule. It's hard, dude. The people who can just stick to a schedule like crazy, and be super disciplined. I wish I was better at it. I've been pretty good at it, but I have a friend who's been streaming every day for the last I think he's on day 230. He's somewhere around 230. Every day, every single day. And they're not short streams. So he's a nice variety streamer. Let's see if he's live right now. He is. He's playing Silk Song right now. But yeah. Honestly, it's just if you're lucky. Fair. I think it's lucky, and I think it's being smart about using your time. Variety stream is a tough thing. Yeah. He's got a decent amount of followers. So he's had pretty good success. He's a really interesting guy to listen to. But yeah, I think it depends on how you use your time streaming. I was watching some videos about it yesterday. I watched maybe like 10 minutes of it. But he talked about using stream as a recording session for your videos so that you don't have to edit very much. So I've been trying to think about how I can do that. I'm definitely going to reuse today's stream for a YouTube video. And today's and yesterday's. We'll do a video about Titans. So. Okay. But yeah, variety streaming would be hard. I think it would be easier on my mental game. I could kind of just play whatever I wanted and ask stream for suggestions. I wouldn't have to like lock into one game, but it would almost be harder to build an audience, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I haven't been streaming that long. Not that big of a streamer, so I just don't know. Any podcast with WoW or suits, what I learned is 1, it takes years to build a following, and 2, you need to be likable. Yeah, that's fair. I'm thinking it's probably going to take a while before we build a good following, and I think a lot of that comes from posting too. Some people are just likable. Fair. I think I need to be more active on the yubtubs, you know? Because there's ways to speed up that process, and getting exposure through other sources is one of them. But yeah, some people are just not likable. I need to be prayer flicking piety, but you know, we're on the treadmill. You post your stuff to Reddit? Bro, I posted my stuff to Reddit. I would appreciate, like, if anyone wants to post my stuff to Reddit, I would appreciate it so much. Because the traction I get off Reddit is crazy, but, the problem is, whenever I've posted my own stuff, it just gets downvoted into oblivion. I can't post my own stuff. Even if I post it from, like, an alternate account, for whatever reason, it just doesn't gain traction. So I've learned you have to have someone else mention you on Reddit. But yeah, people sniff it out. They're savvy. They know when you're kind of just self-promoting, and like, you know when a Reddit post is just someone self-promoting, and they just downvote you to oblivion. So, but I've had a friend who he posted 2 of my clips to Twitch. Sorry, to Reddit. 2 of my Twitch clips to Reddit, and we got like 100 followers over a week from that post, and an insane amount of views on the clip. The clip for mile 800.85 got 27,000 views because someone posted it to Reddit. So it gives me huge traction, but I don't feel like I can do it. So maybe I should try another swing at it. It'd probably be good. The OSRS subreddit is probably like 07 Scape is probably perfect. So one funny story actually about that is so for the stream when we did mile 800.85, because you know, boobs, right? We did the pool, and we jumped in the pool, and I had those pasties on. Pretty embarrassing stuff, pretty kind of cringy, but like a good bit, right? For one night. If it was normal, I think it'd be a little bit too much. But it was like a funny bit. Anyway, I went into work like a couple days later, and my coworker, he passed me in the break room, and he's like, "Bro, how'd you drain the pool?" And I was like, "The pool? Well, I did that. Wait a minute. How did you know about the pool?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was browsing Reddit and I saw you." And I was like, "Oh, I promise I'm not that cringe, bro." I promise that's not normally me. But he had a good laugh, and yeah. He played RuneScape back in the day. He doesn't play anymore, but he's still on the subreddit. He saw my post, or my buddy's post about the mile. That's cool, but the toughness of putting it out there. Yeah. It was a funny bit, but all right. I think we call it in. We'll stop at like 160 KC, I think. If we don't get it by then, we'll call it a night. Rune Defender would be sweet, but we can come back tomorrow and get the dragon. I think we've only gone about 2 miles, which means about a mile. Sorry, an hour. That kind of checks out, right? As far as... Well, we've probably gone a little bit more than that. Then you can finally do Royal Titans. Yay! Yeah. We'll go back to Royal Titans. I think we'll do it without weight on the... It's just so much easier without weight, so... It's just easier to do. If I can figure out a good way to, secure the weight so it doesn't bounce around, that's the hardest part. Is the weight just keeps bouncing around. I need to find a comfortable way to run with the weight. Circle back to ankle weights. Yeah, that might actually be the answer, Shifty. But I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be. Even 1 pound. Yeah, the problem is if I do 1 pound on each weight, that only gives me a kilo to work with. We were at 4 yesterday, or today. No, we were at 8. We were at 8 kilos. So, is that right? Were we at 8? That seems crazy. I don't think we were at 8, were we? Yes, we were, because we had graceful... we didn't have the graceful bottoms on. Trust the process? Yeah. Okay, that's 160, but... I don't want to stop there, bro. I want the defender. Give me the rune defender. When have you ever steered me wrong? That's true. That is true. I can't think of a time that you've steered me wrong up to this point. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a time you steered me wrong, and I just can't think of one, Shifty. Huh. Does that show up on stream? What does your name say on stream now? 1 second. Okay. I made a little note. The defender earlier, you didn't need to talk to her for bronze. You talk to her when you go in. Did I talk to her about adamant? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm gonna exit and re-enter just to be safe. I'm pretty sure I showed it to her, but... Yeah, no worries on the bronze. I guess you did steer me wrong there, but it was like such a minor thing that I wouldn't even really call it steering me wrong, right? Like, oh no, you told me I should... I wasted 10 whole tokens, oh no! Tokens are so easy to get. I remember on my iron thinking that tokens were just horrendous to get, but they're not bad. If we ever get the attack, if we get the attack cape before we get 88 construction, which I know sounds ridiculous, but it might happen. But if we get the attack cape before we get 88 construction, then we might just drop the Dragon Defender and come back for it. We'll have infinite tokens. Once I get the Dragon Defender once, can I just enter back into the... Like, do I have to show it to her again? Or can I just go in? Do I have to show her the Rune Defender to get in? Is what I mean. If it sounds ridiculous, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But... Yeah. This account has a lot of ridiculous stuff, though, so...
Bro, I feel bad about leaving all these black knives on the ground, but I know I'm never gonna use them. Yeah, you get a rune and show her you fine. Sick. We'll test it out just to be safe so that we don't have to, yeah. But, okay, I really should call it here. Yeah. Yeah, the black knives I probably should have been saving for crab. But I'm already almost done. How many would we have had? 212. Would have been nice. I think we call it after this Cyclops. I'll go teleport to house, grab my rogue's armor, and then we will go set up for pickpocketing. I'll do about an hour of pickpocketing post stream. And then we will let's see, 1 second. I need to figure out what I need to drop for rogue's armor. But after that, I will go park at crab. You'll need to show your rune defender to NPC block permanent access to the dragon defender cyclopses. Before you go, how much post-stream stuff do you do? You know, I haven't actually done a ton. There's very little that I've done post-stream. Like, I think... Bro, I got, like, so much weight right now. The Nezzy helm is just so much weight. So, as far as, like... 4 hours of post-stream supplies. Yeah, and that's hard because I can't do that. I just don't have 4 hours to prep. To make their daily stream 5 hours. Yeah, and I just can't do that, right? Like, I don't have the time. If I was a full-time streamer, maybe. But I just can't. If you were a main account, too, it would be so much easier. But on an iron, I get it. But yeah, I just don't have the time. Okay, 1 second. I need 7 kilos. I have my little fanny pack here. Let's do that. Let's toss that on and get into position for... What about Boots of Lightness? Keeps me at 8. Perfect. Where'd my fanny pack go with the 8 kilos? There it is. But yeah, I just don't have the time to do post-stream stuff. So most of the time, if I'm doing post-stream stuff, I do an hour and then I'll hop off. And the other thing is, it's most of the time away from treadmill stuff. I have been doing like AFK crab. So I guess I should correct myself. Apart from AFK stuff, it's like at work, I'll do crab. And I do like, yo, a hydration checkpoint? Where are we adding them? I should edit the description for this. I think what I'm going to do is update it so people can only have one. But if you want, I haven't edited the description. So I think you're 3 in Varrock, right? Claim Varrock as your domain. But yeah, as far as post-stream stuff, usually I'm AFKing crab or like bone shards at work or stuff like that. Which part of Varrock hasn't been claimed yet? The south entrance. I can mark the south entrance for you real quick. We got 8 pounds in our handy dandy little
little fanny pack here. This is my city. That's true. Shifty does have the rune person, which we end up using a lot. Okay, hydration checkpoint. Same quote as the other ones. Label tile. Hydration checkpoint. There we go. Perfect. Hydrate or dihydrate. Awesome. Now we can go to our Dogny. Do some pickpocketing. We'll call it there. Miss, how was stream today? Hope it was good. I saw you were on the Silk Song grind still, I think, right? It was good. Thank you for the shout out. Of course. We were talking about buddies who stream. Okay, we're going to go to chat channel. We're going to join thieving hosts. And hop to 313. We should be good there. We're playing a bit of KCD right now. Silk Song is a lot of work. What is KCD? Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's right. Okay, we're going to go raid someone that we raided last night. He was pretty chill, so we are going to go visit... I need to play KCD. We're going to go visit the Venge Lord. He also plays an Ultimate Iron Man. And he was opening 1,000 Winter Talk crates today. So we are going to go raid him. He was cool. Chill dude, for sure. Super chill guy. Okay, thank you for popping by stream. Thanks for saying hi, Mitz. It was a good stream today. Felt like it was good. So, got to talk with some new people, got some new followers, played some RuneScape. We went 8.6 miles, so it was good. Okay, we're going for the raid. See you guys later. Saturday. See you Saturday.